Okay, so in this video, I'll cover what do you do when you're, say, done with making edits for your website on either Bolt, Lovable, or Replit, or Vercel, doesn't really matter, and you want to move off platform. So meaning you want to push your code to store somewhere else and use some other like free hosting providers to host your website. So here, the first thing that you'll do is, well, one, you need to create a GitHub account. GitHub is like a repository, a platform where it can store your code for free. So you can go ahead to github.com and create an account. I've already done that, so this is my account here. And say you're back. Once you've done that, you can go back to, say, Bolt in this case. You can click this top right button here. It'll ask you to connect to GitHub. So you can log into your GitHub, like authorize, and then a modal will pop up and be like, okay, what do you want to call your repository? In this case, I'll call it Urban Style, which is the e-commerce website we're making, and click Create Repository. So actually what it's already done is it is now integrated with GitHub. So if you can click this GitHub icon again, you can see that it's synced to GitHub, and then you can actually go open the repository in GitHub, and you can see your Bolt apps code is already pushed to GitHub. So that's like super fast, right? And then similarly, if it's on Lovable, same thing. So there's an icon for GitHub here. You can click that. You can click Connect to GitHub. And then you can connect your whole GitHub, or you can connect a specific project if you want. And then this will show up. You can click Authorize. Let's say we're here. So you can click Continue, Connect, and then click Transfer. And then you should get to this page, which should show you that it's connected, and that when you leave this, you can actually see that in the top right now, if you click into the GitHub icon, you can actually open up your project. And your code from your Lovable project is also now pushed on to close that. So, okay, once you've checked that your code is on GitHub, the next step is to set up Vercel. So you can go to www.vercel.com, create an account, and Vercel is what will help you deploy and host your website. So it's totally free until your traffic gets really high. But this is probably my personal favorite deployment platform. It's really easy to use and has a ton of cool features. So yeah, so go set up Vercel, and then once you open up Vercel, this is what you should see. You can click Add New, and you can click Project. So let's go back to, and then you have to like set up, connect it to your GitHub. So I'll click Install. And the moment you've connected it, basically you can see the two repositories that we had. So one is the Bolt website that we pushed to GitHub, and the other one is the Lovable website that we pushed to GitHub. And so then you can, let's say we want to deploy the urban style one. So you can actually just click the project and then click, and then actually there's one thing to note here is that, for example, your website might have some databases that's connected to, or it might be connected to like a large language model, and you need to pass the environmental variables into Vercel because it needs to know like what these secrets are, right? So you want to go, say if it's Bolt, you want to go into the code and look for this .env file, and then just copy these variables and go back to Vercel and paste it in. Just paste it in, and then it'll actually split it into new lines automatically. Then you click Deploy. So then it's actually starting to deploy. It'll take, I don't know, like 30 seconds usually. Vercel is quite fast. And then now you can see your website's actually like deployed. So every website that's deployed via Vercel comes with a domain. So this is like the free domain that it comes with, and this is actually a public website now. So you go on this website, you can send it to anyone else, look it on your phone, like that works. And then similarly, the next thing that you might want is to set up your own domain name. So, sorry, give me 1 second. So the next thing you might want to do is set up your own domain name. So you can actually go on like domains here, and you can add your own domain. Say you bought one from GoDaddy, you can add your own domain, and then you can just click save, and it'll give you a set of instructions to do that. Or you can actually directly buy a domain from Vercel and see and actually connect it that way. It's pretty easy. And then similarly for the Lovable project, we can go back. This is what you should see. Let's click add new project, and then click this modern seaside stay. That's the project name from Lovable. Click import, and then similarly, you might have environmental variables that you will need to put in, and those would be found. Here, which in this case, this project doesn't have any. And the rest of the workflow is actually the same. You click deploy, and then it'll start deploying. And then at the end, once it's done, it'll give you a website that you can click on, and that's the deployed version. So yeah, so now your code is actually stored in GitHub. So we go back, you can see your projects are there on GitHub already. All the code is there. So that if you want to actually like pause or cancel your subscription for Bolt or Lovable or whatnot, you can, and it's all stored already in GitHub.